I do believe that Mojang is indeed lazy when it comes to developing Minecraft updates. They're super lazy.
Said, hey, you feed the machine, bring them all back down to their knees. No time to waste. Remind the slave.
Shut up! Shut up, guys! Shut up! Please stop! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
The Minecraft mob vote is not bad, you guys are just mean. It's gotten to the point where I think it's easier to make this quick video than it would be to explain myself to the people calling me a bootlicker in TikTok comments. Don't listen to the bootlicker. What is Bro wants the developers to keep being lazy and ruin the fandom instead of getting off their asses and add all and all of them. That threw me off. You are a scab. Stop the mob vote. Stop Mojang from being lazy. What the f is wrong with you guys? I did start writing this before the most recent Minecraft Live, which, I mean...
This year, we've been amazed by the massive participation in the mob vote. We've never had so many votes. We've never had so many votes.
Whoops. But I ended up pushing this video back over and over and over again, so this isn't necessarily about the live anymore. More so about the growing sentiment in the Minecraft community that we should stop the mob vote. For some context, if you haven't been active in the Minecraft community recently, the entire community was revolting against the developers of Minecraft Mojang a couple months ago because of a yearly mob vote. A vote held at Minecraft Live every year where Mojang presents the concepts for 3 mobs and leaves it up to a community poll to decide which one gets added into Minecraft. These polls used to be done on Twitter, but after some shenanigans, the polls started to be done in game, so it's only accessible to the actual players of the game. It seems like a harmless, fun way to interact with the community at first glance, but the truth is, every year it becomes a heated debate between the fans of each mob, and eventually when one actually wins, the fans of the 2 losers usually get big rage mad for a while. And after years and years of losing in a row, many of these people have gotten fed up and started demanding for the end of having a mob vote at all, saying that Mojang should stop being lazy and add 3 mobs as well as all the previous mobs have lost. This is a movement that has been present in the previous mob vote, sure, but this year has gotten a lot bigger than ever, with the entire community seemingly on board this time. Anywhere you look on social media before the mob vote actually went down, if there was a post about the mob vote, it was probably about how we as a community must rise against Mojang dictators and end the mob vote. So that's the gist of it. People were saying they were going to refuse to vote during this year's mob vote until the people get what they want.
We've never had so many votes.
And yeah, that didn't actually end up happening. And honestly, good. Don't get me wrong, in real life, I love unions and boycotts and strikes and all that good stuff, but this Minecraft revolution was so frustrating to me. I personally think the so-called revolution falls apart when you truly dissect the main point of people's frustration with Mojang, the idea that Mojang is just lazy is a point you'll see made over and over and over and over again.
Jesus, what do we do? No one ever told us what to do. The only reason I took the job is because you never have to do anything.
But more than anything, I've heard the sentiment that Mojang is starting to get lazy.
I do believe that Mojang is indeed lazy when it comes to developing Minecraft updates. They're super lazy. The most common argument that I hear from people defending Mojang is that, oh, they have to like make the game and the updates for multiple platforms. Yeah, well, so does Fortnite.
A lot of people say that the Minecraft mob vote is a lazy way of cutting on mobs that they add to the game while driving engagement for Minecraft Live. And on top of that, the updates we have gotten seem to be further apart while somehow containing less content. Let's compare our current cycle of updates to how we used to get updates and see if there really is a difference. Back in the early days of Minecraft during the alpha, you can expect an update about once a week. These were small updates called Secret Fridays, and they would add a new block or mob or the like to the game. Some iconic things were added during these Secret Friday updates, like sprinting, minecarts, redstone, a bunch of really cool and revolutionary stuff that people still use to this day, and was being added every week. Then there were the betas, where updates became a little more uncommon, happening once a month or so, but with the little extra time they did have, they were bigger. The first beta update, for example, added squids, bones, lapis, 2 new tree types, and more. This This culminated in the final update taking an extra month or so to complete, resulting in the biggest update the game has seen so far, the Adventure Update. For the sake of time, I won't go over everything the Adventure Update offers, just know it was huge, adding many things that are still staples in Minecraft today, like huge biome and world generation overhauls, experience, food, farming, and at the time this is by far the biggest update to date, with the length of development supporting that. With the time of release between the previous update and the release of the Adventure Update Part 2 being about 5 whole months. Updates will follow this format of adding a good handful of things every few months or so until Minecraft was bought by Microsoft in 2014. After this, we see an increase in development time on updates, with updates taking about 4 to 6 months between release. Slightly longer, but not by that much. No one was really complaining, not that I noticed anyway. I mean, like, why would you complain? We were getting a steady stream of content, and in 2017 we got what is, in my opinion, one of the biggest and maybe best updates that Minecraft has ever gotten, the Better Together update. This was an update for all versions of the game. It was an update for every version of the game that wasn't the Java version. You see, up until then, every other version besides Java was kind of a lesser version of the Java version, but after the Better Together update, all versions outside of the Java version were combined into the same version of Minecraft, the Bedrock version. And the Bedrock version of Minecraft was essentially the same thing as the Java version with slight differences. This meant that now, instead of having maybe 7 different versions of Minecraft, we had 2, the Minecraft Bedrock version and the Minecraft Java version, and they were to be updated together as one singular vision. This meant that everyone who enjoyed Minecraft on the same terms. As cool as this is where our current update cycle starts, because now that both versions of Minecraft were supposed to be running in sync with each other, updates had to take twice the work, as the exact same features had to be added into the Java at the same time that they were added into Bedrock, meaning that new features had to be coded twice in 2 different coding languages. This led to the biggest gap between Minecraft updates in the history of the game, with the update Aquatic coming out over a year after the relatively small World of Color update that came out a couple months before Bedrock Edition formed. You would think that this is where the lazy Mojang developer accusations began, but not really. Update Aquatic was arguably the biggest Minecraft update since the Adventure update back in 2011, completely overhauling the oceans and adding so many new exciting features. And this is how the trajectory of Minecraft updates went on for a while. About once a year, Mojang brought out a huge update that completely overhauled an aspect of the game, like villages or the Nether. Some didn't like this format and preferred the old way of updating every few months, but I think most people were happy with this change in direction for the game. But in 2021, that all changed when the highly anticipated Caves and Cliffs update was split into 2 halves. And this right here is the point where Mojang's reputation started shifting from respective developers that cared for the community to
Feed the machine.
And with all that history being brushed over, I can now tell you about the perfect storm of events that happened between 2021 and now, and how it made a community turn on their developers. First thing, the Caves and Cliffs update is far and away the most requested update in Minecraft history, and we found out 7 months into waiting for this update that the update would be split into 2, with the most anticipated features being delayed by months. This was a huge blow, especially because, as I said, the most exciting features were going to be the ones delayed, and some of them, like Ancient Cities and Archaeology, didn't even come out in Caves and Cliffs Part 2, which means that fans waited a year to enjoy a small handful of features that would have previously taken maybe a couple months to make. And when the big features, namely the revised cave generation, finally came in Part 2, their impact was weakened by not having any of the smaller features around it to make it feel like a full update. You essentially had people wait over a year for 2 updates that did not feel substantial. The second big thing that's in the community sour was the mob vote. Yeah, the thing this video is technically about.
We've never had so many votes.
Every year, the losers of the mob vote got more and more fed up with the teasing of content that they wished they could have had in the game. And I think this reached a boiling point when the Caves and Cliffs update happened. One of the most disliked options in the community, the glow squid, actually won and got added to the game, possibly due to some meddling by none other than Dream Minecraft.
That's what the mask is. I think you're a
Needless to say, the community was a bit annoyed by everything that happened in 2021 surrounding the weirdness of the Caves and Cliffs update, and we needed an update to knock us off our feet, which did not help when the following two updates were relatively small when it comes to new features, while still taking the same development time of about a year. And I emphasize new features because the updates were not that small, but some of the biggest content in these updates were features that were promised for Caves and Cliffs that were delayed, like I mentioned, ancient cities and archaeology. Like I said before, these updates were not bad or even small, but they were delivering on content that was supposed to come out years ago at this point. And while they added quite a few new features, they weren't completely overhauling an aspect of the game like the update Aquatic or Nether update did so many years ago. And also keep in mind, this is all with the same update cycle of about a year. So every update is coming out about a year from one another. You add this up with the cycle of mob votes claiming new victims every year, this whirlwind of ups really just now reached the breaking point with the current revolution we saw in this year's mob vote.
We've never had so many votes.
Well, online anyway. Most of the fan base seems to agree that Mojang needs to stop being lazy and just add all 3 mobs of this year's mob vote. I mean, modders added all 3 mobs one day after they were announced. Surely Mojang could just suck it up and add them all, especially if we're getting less original content in the last few updates. With all this thing against Mojang, how can I sit here and say that as a Minecraft fan, believe me when I say I empathize with the annoyance that Minecraft fans have felt lately. It's undeniable that if you take out the content that was delayed from the Caves and Cliffs, the last 2 updates have been much smaller in scope than the previous ones, but I think lazy is a bit harsh, especially when you consider why they started scaling back the updates after Caves and Cliffs.
I would actually love to take some time to talk about what we have learned from previous years. We have announced some features that we didn't manage to deliver, and it's important that we learn from that and that we take action from that. Like with Minecraft Live, we want to celebrate this lovely game together with our amazing community, and we want to create player dreams. And we want to give these kind of dreams to our players, and then it's so important that we feel 100% confident that we really can deliver on these dreams. Like in recent years, we showed like the full update almost, and then we were just chasing it for the rest of the development process, and it caused stress. We think we will have time to really iterate on the features together with the community, of course, and also to add features that we haven't showed yet, like that we haven't showed today, because we know we already have so many ideas, and also during the development process, both us and the community, so many ideas gonna pop up. And those are also often very, very charming. So we're happy that we will have more time to really explore this update together.
I think I spelled out why the Caves and Cliffs update was a perfect storm of messes that left the community very disappointed and underwhelmed. I found out that part 2 came out 2 weeks after it was released because my hype was so killed that I didn't even realize it came out. It was completely off my radar. So of course the updates are scaled back. The last thing they want is a repeat of the Caves and Cliffs situation. But what about the mob vote? Sure, maybe they want to scale back the updates, but surely they can add 2 loser mobs and make everyone happy. There's a couple issues with that. First of all, we already get at least 3 mobs in every update. The Minecraft mob vote isn't to vote for the mobs that are added in the update, it's a bonus mob that wasn't planned to be getting added anyway. When people ask for all 3 mobs, they're essentially asking for every Minecraft update to just have more mobs than usual, which is fine, I guess. But personally, I would rather have them focus on other new features than fill the game with a ton of new mobs. And no, they can't do both. I see a lot of people when arguing to end the Minecraft mob vote saying, well, if XYZ mod maker can add them all 3 in a day, why can't Mojang add them all in a year? Well, it's because the process of adding a feature to Minecraft is much longer and much more complex than it is to make a mod. In a now deleted tweet by King B-Dogs, one of the Minecraft developers who is actually responsible for the creation of the He says that to add features in Minecraft, they have to iterate on the design to make sure if it's holistically in the game, make prototypes to validate the design and see if it is actually fun, rewrite the feature as a production code in Java and Bedrock engine. He specifies these are two different engines with two completely different programming languages, Java and C++. The engines also have different technology and different functionality, meaning these are not always easy to do once on the ports. This means developing the feature twice, requiring twice the amount of work any mod will ever has to do by default, making sure it works on all platforms, PC, Xbox, PlayStation, Switch, mobile devices, etc. Make sure it is performance on all those platforms and not causing regression on any of them. Absolutely be sure that the code we are writing on is clean, readable, and will pass a quality threshold for getting merged into the code base without making our future self suffer. Put them through PR. Get tech approval and sign off on the feature that is developed to the standards we are happy with. Sift through the feedback of the community on the feature, iterate on the design based on the feedback, and re-implement those changes twice on each platform. Go through all newly tracked bugs that come in and fix them until the features is at a quality that is not only expected of us, but is acceptable based on our own quality standards, and is but a small slice of what it means to actually work on a feature in the game. I will not be able to give a real picture what it's like on Twitter because it's a big process. Working on games is hard, and people unfortunately don't get a good insight to what it is like without working in the industry themselves. Hope this gives a small bit of insight. This is not even to mention the pressure that is adding a feature into Minecraft. You can't just do that. There has to be plenty of thought because whatever gets added to Minecraft will now be in arguably the most popular game of all time. Part of its branding, advertisement, merch, parts of Minecraft's identity for anyone who plays the game from now on forever. I must remind you all that this is all free. Every update we get does not cost us a dime. I bought Minecraft Java when I was 14 years old for 30 bucks, and to this day I'm getting big if not huge updates and brand new content for absolutely free. Of course Mojang is a for-profit company and they are doing these free updates to keep the game alive so that they can sell marketplace items and plushies and more copies of Minecraft. But personally I cannot call them lazy when we get all this free stuff for a game that came out in 2011. I mean, what other game has done that at this quality for this long? But above everything else, the main reason I get annoyed when I hear people say Mojang is lazy is because of the work culture at Mojang. If you don't remember, one of the three main reasons that the Caves and Cliffs got delayed into 2 updates was because of team health.
Team health is something that's very important for us. With the Caves and Cliffs update, we realized if we're gonna release all the features in the summer, we would have to crunch a lot, and we shouldn't. And we don't want to force anyone to work overtime. We also want to acknowledge that we all are living in a pandemic right now, and we know that many have been affected by that. So it's much better to make sure that the team feel as good as possible and are as happy as possible. Because then we can be happy and be creative and create a good game.
Mojang doesn't crunch employees nearly as much, if not at all, like many of their contemporaries do. Even in the deleted Twitter post that I showed you earlier by King B-Dogs, where he describes in detail what it takes to make an update, he starts the tweet with, and I quote, "We work 8-hour shifts, thanks." A developer working a normal 40-hour work week feels so out of the norm in the current climate around game development, where it feels like every day we hear some new awful thing about developers being crunched to hell, not being able to see their families, working 60 or even 80-hour work weeks. But when an employer wants to focus on a team's mental health, they are known as lazy. Yeah, so on top of every other reason I've said before, their scaled back approach to updates is not lazy. Mojang prioritizes the team's mental health over meeting a deadline, which I find extremely important. At the end of the day, is Mojang lazy? Obviously, I say no. Their content releases have remained pretty consistent over the years if you look at it, and they have finally delivered pretty much everything that was originally promised for Caves and Cliffs, so their next update's biggest features will probably be entirely new and fresh content to us. And we're already seeing it. The highlight of this next update shown in this year's Minecraft Live is this super cool, huge new structure that we have never seen before. And I know since Minecraft Bedrock's release, Mojang has shown a slight decrease in the amount of things we get in an update, but it's because with Java and Bedrock being updated at the same time, they're coding everything twice so that they can give these things to as many people as possible. Not even to mention that everything we're talking about has been steadily coming out for totally free over a decade. And don't get it twisted, this whole video isn't defending a multi-million-dollar company. I just think calling Mojang lazy discredits all the good that they actually do, not just in the world, but in the precedent they set on how they treat their employees. Not to mention that I feel like it discredits all the amazing work done by all the talented artists and programmers working at Mojang to give us these updates. I'm not saying that Mojang is a good company, therefore they should not receive any criticism. To this day, I think that not adding fireflies to the wild update is one of the most bizarre and dumb things they've ever done. And I think that the modern philosophy and how they treat real world animals, while it can make for really cool representations of those creatures like the bees, it just as often limits their chances of doing really cool stuff. Criticism for Mojang doesn't even have to be limited to the game. While I don't agree with a lot of the hate for the mob vote, I've seen people hate it because it tears apart the community or is only there to farm engagement for the Minecraft Live. And these, I think, are valid criticism of Mojang. It really is there to boost Minecraft Live engagement, especially when at least half of the show is pretty forgettable every year.
I'm excited to welcome a Minecraft player who also happens to be an incredible musician, Alec Benjamin.
This night is cold, got my pickaxe.
But saying they do these things because they're lazy isn't criticism, it's just wrong. Thank you for watching. Hi. Long time no see. It's been a while since I made a video, and I didn't want to make a updates video because I don't know how long it's gonna be till my next video comes out. So I didn't want to make an update video and then come back to posting just to take another year hiatus and then make another update video and then come back to posting. So I just wanted to set the record straight here at the end of this video. Hi, I'm back. I enjoy making content. It's really fun. I took a 2-year hiatus, about a year or two, just to, like, I don't know, I've been going through a lot of stuff like in real life, but that's not even just that. I don't know, I just haven't made stuff to the quality that I want to, and it's kind of disappointing in a way because I really wanted to make a FNAF video, and I was really planning on making this FNAF video. This is years ago. This is years in the making. And I just didn't make it. And I have like hours of footage and like pages and pages of notes. It was gonna be like a huge video, like my magnum opus, right? And I never ended up making it, and I feel like I kind of missed this new wave of like FNAF creators coming onto the internet. This is like kind of lame, but also, you know, it's fine. My new philosophy going forward with the channel is I'm gonna try to be a little more experimental with things. I'm gonna try different things. I want to finish a food pyramid tier list. That is my goal. That's a series that's an older series that I do want to finish. I don't know about any other series if I'm gonna finish, but I want to be more experimental, try different things, and above all else, I want to put like as much quality into these things as I can. You know, I really want to really put in that effort into making these things, and I'm hoping this will do that. This is kind of a smaller video, but it took me a little bit to write it, and it's probably gonna take me a bit to edit. Like even with this smaller video, it's taking way longer than most of my previous videos because that quality I'm really trying to emphasize with my newer content. If you're curious of some things I'm thinking about, that FNAF video that I've said I've been playing for years, I would like to release it in 2024. I would really like to. We'll see. I don't know if that's gonna happen, but 2024 or 2025 latest, I would really like to do that. And I want to redo the podcast, but under a different format. I'm still like toying around with the notion, and a lot more video essays, I think, of just random like topics, I think are gonna be really cool. I would like gameplay stuff too, like gameplay videos, but maybe not. I don't know what I would make, you know. I would need like another like It Takes Two type game to like come along for me to really like get into making gameplay content. Like I'm really having fun with Fortnite right now, but I wouldn't want to make a Fortnite series. Does that make sense? Just something that I can make 1 or 2 videos out of. A nice, cool, funny story that I can play with someone else. I think that's something I would do gameplay. But besides that, like it's mostly gonna be like commentary, like video essay type stuff with other experimental things in between. I'm really trying to find my niche, I guess. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, give it a like, comment, subscribe, or just give it a subscribe. How about that? Just give it a subscribe. I'm a small channel. I'll read every username. You'll be here in the ground floor for when I inevitably blow up and become a world famous YouTuber. You'll be here and you'll be like, I've been subscribed since before 200 subs. I'm yapping at this point. I'm just gonna leave it there. Have a good one, y'all. Hopefully new video soon. I'm shooting for the next 2 months. I haven't even started another video, so don't put my word to that. Thank you very much. Bye.